Supreme Court is now in session. Judge, will Centeno preside. Please, be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Calling the case of Maria Guadalupe Casas Aquino versus Mauricio José González Martínez. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes.
We will now hear opening statement from the prosecutor. Proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor and members of the jury. My name is Benson Caballero, and I'm the prosecution of this very important case with my client, Ms. Castro, as the victim of a rape. On the night of July 22nd, 2022, my client, Ms. Castro, met Mr. Gonzalez at the Martini bar in order to celebrate her 18th birthday. It was an exciting moment for her and for him too. He is supposed to be her best friend. So they both were excited about the night in common, but we never thought about what will happen then. That was then when Mr. Gonzalez took advantage of my client, Ms. Castro, in order to satisfy himself in the most disgusting way possible, leaving Ms. Castro in tears, scared, sad, and last but not least, pregnant. From the cameras of the play, we could see how Mr. Gonzalez took my client into his car. And then my client was running out of vehicle and also was crying, returning to the bar. We demand justice, clarify who is responsible for the acts and make him responsible for the facts. We want you to pay the mental and physical damages that my client received after you raped him. In addition, we are requesting a child support charges for the baby that is on the way. This baby will need food, love, and also money. At the conclusion of the case, and after you have seen and heard all the evidence, we are confident that you will return a guilty verdict to Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you.
We will now hear the opening statement from the defendant.
Good morning, Your Honor, members of the jury and audience. My name is AREAvideo, and I represent my client, Mauricio González, in this critical case of mistaken identity. On the night of July 22nd of the current year, my client was going to celebrate Maria Castro's birthday at the bar Martini from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. As expected, they were both having a great time, dancing and singing. However, Mr. Gonzalez is not the person who Ms. Castro claims to have raped her. Mr. Gonzalez is a hardworking person. He's actually looking forward to being part of his dad's company. He's also known for his charity work among children and has no criminal record. Besides, he's Maria Castro's closest friend. There's a deep bond for him to respect. He will never do such a thing. We expect to hear from one potential witness today, Natalia Montiel. We anticipate that Ms. Montiel is going to display security camera videos of the night in question as evidence of my client's innocence, as well as a paternity test requested by Mr. Gonzalez to once again prove his innocence. We expect a fair outcome and demand a verdict of not guilty. Thank you.
Does the prosecution have any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution may call its first witness.
Members of the jury, as prosecution, I would like to invite Ms. Castro as the first witness, who will testify about the events of the night.
Raise your right hand. You promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Please say I do. Please say your first and last name.
Maria Castro.
You may be seated.
Good morning, Ms. Castro. Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Maria Castro, and I'm 19 from July 27th.
Would you please tell the jury a little bit about your background with Mr. Gonzalez?
Mr. Gonzalez and I met when we were in middle school, and we have been friends ever since. But we are not anymore.
What are you talking about? You were drunk. You don't know anything about my.
Shut up, you rapist!
Could you please tell us a little bit about what you exactly remember of the night on July 22nd, 2022?
I remember we were leaving the bar, so we headed towards this bar where we spent for a while. I cannot remember very well because I was in a high state of intoxication. But I remember getting out of this car, desperate and crying because he raped me. And after saying he was my friend.
So, do you remember Mr. Gonzalez treating you in a suspicious way?
Honestly, no, we were only dancing pretty closely, but nothing out of the ordinary.
And do you remember having contact with any other specific person?
No, I only remember being with Mr. Gonzalez.
Judge, I would like to show you some evidence before I finish with discussion. Here you can see some of the victim photos after the rape event with Mr. Gonzalez as a protagonist, and also a hair that we found in Mr. Gonzalez's car. Therefore, we have also a video where we can see how Mr. Gonzalez took my client, Ms. Castro, into his car. So that I also will give you analysis made by foreigners, where we can see and prove that Mr. Gonzalez raped my client, Ms. Castro. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, yes.
The evidence may be entered as an exhibit. Is the defense ready to cross-examine?
Yes.
You may proceed.
Ms. Castro, what is it that makes you believe Mr. Gonzalez is raped you?
And he is the only person I remember being with that night. Also, he left me alone at the bar, putting me at risk.
Have you ever thought about requesting a paternity test before?
No, honestly, I can't.
So, are you planning on studying French with Mr. Gonzalez?
Objection. That's an irrelevant question for the case.
Objection sustained.
Why were you so angry? What's the start of?
Because he wanted to leave and I didn't. It was my birthday and I wanted to celebrate.
What would be a further question?
You may proceed. Does the prosecution have any other witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution may call its second witness.
Members of the hearing, as prosecution, I would like to invite Max Cabrera as a witness, the bartender of Blue Martini Bar, who will testify about the events that night and who saw how Mr. Gonzalez took my client, Ms. Castro, into his car.
Raise your right hand. You promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Please say it.
I,
Please state your first and last name.
Max Cabrera.
You may be seated.
Good morning, Max Cabrera. Could you please introduce yourself?
Good morning, my name is Max Cabrera.
Will you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yes. I am 20 years old and I work as a bartender at the Blue Martini. I work from Wednesday to Sunday, being Friday and Saturday the most active day. Usually the days are calm and not trying incidents of food. But what happened last Friday, July 22nd, worries me a lot.
So how long have you been working at Blue Martin?
If I'm not wrong, I have been working there for 3 years.
And would you tell the jury what you saw exactly on the night of July the 22nd, 2022?
Yes, of course. It was a busy Friday at the bar, full of people drinking and having fun. I remember that Ms. Castro and Mr. Gonzalez entered the bar with intention of celebrating something. So they spent the night drinking. Ms. Castro with dirty cocktails and Mr. Gonzalez with light alcoholic beverage. After a few drinks, talking, they began to discuss something serious. Ms. Castro started yelling to Mr. Gonzalez, who angrily took her aside, specifically to a car. To me, this seemed very suspicious. And that's why I began to be on the lookout of any event of this couple of friends.
I'd like to move to the corridor. What you exactly saw about the behavior of Mr. Gonzalez or Tuki Makai and Ms. Castro in the store?
He seemed very anxious and desperate to do something to Ms. Castro. After some time, Ms. Castro returned to the bar and cried desperately, and I approached her, worried to ask her what had happened, but due to her drunken state, her words were not understandable. She asked me for more alcohol, but I preferred to give her a non-alcoholic drink. I waited a while for her to calm down, so I could call a taxi that could take her home.
That's the audio. Thank you.
You may be seated. Would the defense like to first examine?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Mr. Cabral, why would you pour more drinks in this Castro even after knowing the safety details?
Objection. That's a compound question.
Objection sustained.
Mr. Cabral, did you pour more drinks in this Castro even after knowing the safety details?
Yes, I did.
What kind of drink was that?
It was a blue martini, the original from the bar, but without alcohol.
And after pouring the drink, did anything in particular happen to Ms. Castro?
No, she was still drunk, but nothing in particular unusual happened.
You noticed she wasn't in her visor?
Of course I did. That's why I didn't pour any more alcoholic drink in her glass.
Did you take Ms. Castro to the staff-only room afterward?
Objection. That's a lack of foundation question.
Objection sustained.
What happened to Ms. Castro after pouring the drink?
As a bartender, I never leave work until my shift is over.
Mr. Morales, that's not what I asked. May I ask you again, what happened with, and I emphasize, Ms. Castro after pouring the drink? We're not talking about you or anyone else. We're talking about Ms. Castro.
Okay, I waited a while for her to calm down, and then I called a taxi that people could take her home.
You may be seated. The witness is excused. Does the prosecution have any other witness?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defendant have any witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
The defendant may call his first witness.
I would like to call Mr. Gonzalez to stand.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please say I do. Please state your first and last name. You may be seated.
Mr. Gonzalez, please describe a little bit about your life.
Well, first of all, good morning. I am Mauricio Gonzalez, and I'm a first-year university student majoring in business administration. And I live with my parents, and since high school, I'm in a charity group work supporting animals and children because I love it. I love playing sports and spending quality time with my family or hanging out with friends.
What is your relationship with Castro?
Ms. Castro and I have been friends since a long time ago. She can count on me anytime, and she knows it.
How long have you been close with Ms. Castro?
We have been close since middle school.
Was there anyone else invited to the celebration?
No, it was only me and Miss Catherine.
What happened in the car after stepping outside the bar with Miss Castro?
When I was taking her to my car to drive her home, since she was very drunk, she got furious. I don't know why. She got exalted, crying. So when she was in my car a long time because I was trying to make her stay. But then she got out of the car, exalted, crying.
What time did you leave the bar?
I left the Blue Martini at 2:25 a.m. if I remember correctly.
For the prosecution, I'd like to cross-examine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning.
Have you ever thought about your friend, Miss Castro, in a different way than only friends?
Objection. Question is too personal to answer.
Objection sustained. Mr. Gonzalez, do you feel any regret about leaving your friend Miss Castro alone at the bar?
Objection. Speculative question.
Objection sustained. Mr. Gonzalez, would you explain to us why you left your best friend Miss Castro at a bar, even though you know what stage she was in, very drunk, and that you were her only person confident in there?
I need to be honest. I know she was drunk and I was the only person with her. But believe me, I really tried to keep her in my car because I wanted to drive her home. But as I said before, she was angry. She was screaming desperately and she wanted to leave. So I remember that she pushed me out of the way. So she got crying, she was crying, and I didn't know what to do. I regret it. Of course I regret it. I leave her alone at a bar at 2 a.m. in the morning. Of course I regret it. But believe me, I have nothing to do with the horrible act.
You're right. You're right.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. I get your regret. That's the only one. Thank you. You may be seated. Does the defendant have any other witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
The defendant may call its next witness.
I would like to call Natalia Montiel.
Raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Please say I do. Please state your first and last name.
Natalia Montiel.
You may be seated.
Hello, Ms. Montiel. What do you do for a living?
Since 2017, I have been the owner of the bar Blue Martini, and I am also an industrial engineer.
As the bar owner, are you willing to be responsible for this situation?
Yes, of course. I'm willing to do my best and give Ms. Castro the justice she deserves, because I do not tolerate these inhumane acts, and much less in my bar.
Do you have complete access to the report of the night life in 22nd?
Yes, that is correct.
And does anyone else have access?
No, only I have access.
I am now showing you what has been marked as for identification purposes. Has two ones. Do you recognize the person in the video?
It is with Max Cabrales and Ms. Castro.
In this video, you have the writer. Could you please describe what's happening there?
Well, first you can see how Max Cabrales is serving another drink to Ms. Castro that it's supposed to not have alcohol in. But then we see that he serves something else on the drink. And then we saw that he was taking her to the back of my bar where the authorized personal room is located.
That's right. The same room where blood stains and the bandages from Miss Castro were found. Your Honor, we did remove as evidence of the witness was recognized the person in the video.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
The video may be entered as an example. You may be seated. Is the prosecution ready to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Gutierrez.
Good morning.
Did you see my client, Ms. Castro, and Mr. Gonzalez together from the video cameras from your car?
Yes, that is correct. I saw them together.
And did you notice that my client was very drunk?
Yes, I saw.
Do you know if your bar has been involved in a similar case before?
No, it hasn't.
You are aware of the type of employees you have, are you?
Objection, leading question.
Objection sustained.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
You may be seated. The witness is excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Does the defendant have any other witness? Both the prosecution and the defense have now rested their cases. The attorneys will now present their final arguments. Please remember, what the attorneys said is not evidence. However, do listen closely. They are intended to aid you in understanding the case. The prosecution, you may begin.
Thank you. Your Honor and members of the jury, my name again is Nelson Caballero, and it's a pleasure to serve as prosecution in this important case. Today, we have presented all the evidence we have of the night of July the 22nd, 2022, where my client, Maria Castro, was raped by Mr. Gonzalez, her best friend, who was supposed to be celebrating with her birthday, her 18th birthday. We have seen all the evidence that could prove Mr. Gonzalez as guilty of the case, or part of them. We saw how Mr. Gonzalez put my client into the car, and she was terrified about that event. And now she's having a lot of mental breakdowns and also an incoming baby. We restate our demand. We want justice. This is not something we can let pass by. We need justice. We need to know the guilty and make him responsible for his acts. This baby will need money, love, and food. In that way, Your Honor, as prosecution, we would like to find the guilty based on what you have heard and seen. That'd be all, Your Honor. Thank you.
You may be seated. Defendant, you may proceed with your testimony.
Thank you. Before starting, I would like to add that maternity test requested by Mr. Gonzalez pointed out the probability of biological paternity between Mauricio Gonzalo Sale Martinez in relation to the offspring of Maria Guadalupe Castro Castillo is 0.0%. Your Honor, can I send you a copy of the results?
You may.
Is there anything you want to do for your closest friend? Exactly. That's Mr. Gonzalez's situation. My client will never betray his most precious friendship just from experience on that tragic night in life. Besides, he was just trying to help and protect her since she is the most precious friend she has. I may remind you of what you heard today during this reflection. First of all, evidence has been displayed showing that Mr. Gonzalez left this place before anything happened. So it couldn't be him just because Ms. Castro was so confused and drunk. Second of all, we all have seen how Mr. Cabrales took Ms. Castro to the staff on the road afterwards, after being extremely suspicious of her. And last but not least, a paternity test showing that indeed it's not my client's child who you, Ms. Castro, are caring over her. Your Honor, today we sit for 3 hours responsible and expect a fair outcome and clearly demand a verdict of not guilty. That will be all. Thank you very much.
You may be seated. Members of the jury, you have heard all of the testimony concerning this case. It is now up to you to determine the facts. You and you alone are the judges of the fact. Once you decide what facts the evidence prove, you must then apply the law as I give you to the facts as you find them. Court is now in rest for the following minutes in order for the jury to deliberate the verdict of the case. From the paternity test, we will find out that Mr. Gonzalez is not the father of the incoming baby. The jury, in the case of Maria Guadalupe Garza Castillo versus Fabricio Jose Gonzalez Martinez, find the defendant not guilty of the charge of rape and sexual abuse. The court will sentence Max Cabrales 2 weeks from today. All counsels and accused are ordered to appear in this apartment at 8:30 a.m. on that day. The defendant is discharged and his bail is exonerated. This court is now adjourned.
Well,